Hi, it's Alcam. Welcome back to my channel. Well, if you notice, I have a New York City t-shirt and the hat. Well, there's a good reason. As seen, the cousin of infamous fraudster of Crazy Eddie is going after Letitia James, the Attorney General of the state of New York. He has experience in this field, and he's making her very, very uncomfortable. And in fact, so uncomfortable, he might even get her on the idea of a Crazy Eddie sale in Christmas, in July. Yeah, that was a great commercial, though. I forgot the actor's name who did the commercials for Crazy Eddie. Go around, shop around, find the best deals you can find to go to Crazy Eddie, and you'll beat them. Crazy Eddie's air prices are insane. Just like the Attorney General of the state of New York is insane. Okay. No, we're not trying to bring Crazy Eddie back. I heard there was one left, but I'm not sure how true that is. Anyway, so this is from Fox News. It says, cousin of infamous fraudster Crazy Eddie, out to bring down Trump's nemesis, New York Attorney General Letitia James. So former Crazy Eddie CFO Sam Antar said he had worked independently to uncover documents supporting James' mortgage scandal accusation by Michael Dorgan. It's Fox News, of course. Says exclusive. New York Attorney General Letitia James, who became President Donald Trump's nemesis after accusing him of mortgage fraud, is now bound in the very same allegations. And her chief tormentor is legendary scam artist who said he knows a crook when he sees one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you better do something about it, or you're going to end up with a toaster. Or some other electronic. Sam Antar, who kept the books for his cousin, Crazy Eddie Antar, it was Eddie Antar, while he built a New York area consumer electronic empire, helped his late relative skim cash and inflate the value of their company before leaving investors high and dry in the late 1980s. None never bought shares in the company. He said he knew every trick in the fraud book and smelled a rat in Jane's real estate filings. I don't know how the wheels of justice will turn, and to be frank, I don't care as long as I'm right, says Antar, who had made his findings public. And they failed to convict her. It's their humiliation and their embarrassment. Antar pleaded guilty to multiple felonies, cooperating with the prosecutors to help convict his cousin, whose Chain's ad featured a maniac pitchman pleading our prices are insane. Well, Eddie entered, fled to Israel, was extradited back to the U.S. a third time before dying in 2016. Sam Antar reinvented himself as a fraud expert for the government agencies and law firms. He runs a website where he posts about his various investigations. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. In an exclusive interview with Fox News Digital, Antar said he worked alone and he was the first to unearth documents of Jane's alleged mortgage fraud and posted on his white-collar fraud website weeks ago. He said the strength of his findings, backed by his renewed reputation in the field of uncovering white-collar fraud for the government, eventually led to the Federal Housing Financial Agency, FHFA, pick up the case and send a criminal referral to the Justice Department. Ooh. This is a lot better than Crazy Eddie's sale in July. It's the Christmas thing. Just say on July. It's not the Trump administration at war with Tish James. It's me bringing her to accountability and justice, Antar told the Fox News Digital. I'm not the Trump administration. I was investigating Tish James because it's what I do. I took all kinds of risks doing it, from retaliation to libel to reputational risk, but I stand by everything. Antar says his findings were uncovered independently by him, and he is not working for the government by looking into James. Fox News Digital asked the FHFA and the White House to collaborate claim, but did not receive a response. Everything that I have done is thoroughly documented, Antar says, who is not a Democrat. This is not bullying. This is not the Trump administration at war. Trump has his own agenda. I don't care. I'm not Donald Trump. All I did was I did my forensic accounting and I thoroughly documented everything that I did. Antar's investigation covered documents stretching back as far as 1983. Ooh. When he said, indicates James may have misrepresenting her financial situation for decades in order to nail sweetheart loans from the lenders. The FHFA accused James of falsifying records to meet certain lending requirements and score favorable loan terms. Doesn't that sound familiar? James, 66, denied the allegation and claims Trump is behind the move. Nope. Calling it a revenge tour for the $454 million civil fraud lawsuit she successfully spearheaded. Against him last year. Trump and the Trump organization are currently appealing. The judge was questioning whoever she sent up to the court. It didn't look good for her. Let me put it that way. In the Trump civil fraud case, the then presidential candidate was accused of financial misrepresentation and providing false statements about his real estate and the same types of crime James is being accused of by the FHFA. If the shoe fits, wear it, right? Antar told Fox News Digital that he started digging into James' records months ago after he looked into the cost of her private flight travel as Attorney General. Ooh. In a criminal referral letter sent to the Justice Department, the FHFA Director, William Polt, cited a property in Virginia that James allegedly claimed as her principal residence in 2023, despite being a public official holder in New York at the same time. She bought the property around the time the Trump trial was getting underway. Ooh. Yeah, I think that's a problem. I think you're required to be a resident of the state of New York if you're running for office. The FHFA said the primary resident mortgage received more favorable loan terms, including lower interest rates comparable to secondary residential mortgage. In her mortgage documents, James reaffirmed that it would be a primary residence, Antar said. Now, she was doing that to thinking that she was going to be part of the, Kamala Harris administration, as she would have won. Had she would have won. Thank goodness she didn't. Virginia's not far from Washington, D.C., is it? She gave her a relative power of attorney and declared in a notarized document that she intended to make the property her primary residence. Antar said that's true. She would be disqualified for holding office in New York. Ooh. Was that right? Or was I right? Neither she or the relative filed for a homestead exemption, yet the mortgage was issued under the condition that both would live there. That's how she got favorable terms. So she's supposed to be living in this house in Virginia, and she's working in New York. Interesting. Okay, what just happened here? Yeah, we're having a little hiccup here. Sorry. It happens. So far, not so good for Letitia James. Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, long terms. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, that's it. Okay. The building permit issued on Jane's New York property on July 15, 2024 listed that the property as the Jane's residency and stated it remained occupied according to FHFA letter. Jane's office told Fox's News that she has been cleared that she is not using the Virginia home as a primary residency because she lives in New York. Hmm. Interesting. Then why the paperwork saying otherwise? In a letter to the Justice Department this week, Jane's lawyers told Attorney General Pam Bondi that while the power of attorney form mistakenly stated the property to be Mrs. Jane's principal residency, Pulse absolutely ignored all cap statement in the mortgage loan broker 2 weeks prior that the property would not be my primary residency, but would rather be the primary residency of her niece. Jane's attorney, Abba Lauren, said the email showed the mortgage broker understood this. Now, in 2001, James purchased a property in Brooklyn where a certificate of occupation listed the property as 5 units. But James, the FHFA said, consistently misrepresented the same property as having 4 units in both building permit application and numerous mortgage documents and applications. Said it twice. Disabled Jane to get a lower mortgage interest rates known as a comforting loan, since comforting loans are only available to 4 units or fewer structures. Is it like comforting food? Hmm. She also netted mortgage assistance through the Home Affordable Modification Program, a government-run program that provides homeowners at risk of foreclosure with reduced monthly mortgage payments, and recipients had to have property with 4 dwellings or fewer, the referral states. And this is 5? Jane's lawyer told Bondi that the residency has 4 floors, and as long as Miss James has lived there, the property has always been functioning as a 4-person residency. The certification of occupancy for the property listed online still shows the 2001 version listed as 5 units. The DOB told Fox News Digital that the document is the most recent certification of occupation they have on file for the building. DOB is the Department of Buildings, New York, of course. Jane's office told Fox News that James has been clear in their filings that the property is a 4-unit dwelling, and the previous owner listed the property as 5 units before she purchased it in 2001. Meanwhile, James, who never married, is also accused of saying that her father was her husband to obtain 2 mortgages in Queens as a married couple. Well, we didn't see that one on the bingo card, did we? No. mm. The documents allegedly showed that the property James purchased with her father had both parties listed as husband and wife in 1983 and 2000. While this was a long time ago, it raised serious concerns about the veracity of Mrs. Jane's representation on mortgage applications. Putin wrote, Lowy, who accused the FHFA of cherry picking, writes a deed listed his father and Letitia James, his daughter. I have set forth the exhibit, Director Putin, including the number of his letters, are notable for the fact that He omitted numbers of the records, some of which he had included, which refute the allegation of improper and make it clear that a mistake on one line had no significance. Lowy wrote, "You should have fixed it. If there's anything you believe that I had not addressed in the real facts and documents provided, please let me know. Otherwise, we will expect a quick response confirming that this referral matter has been closed by the department." Antar, meanwhile, continued to fight his finding. "I document everything that I did," he said, "and I stand by everything I did. I did it on my own time, my own dime." Ooh. So, is she really a resident of New York, or is she a resident of Virginia? And is she really married to her father? Document wise for the property, of course. And she said the other owner claimed 5, she claims 4. I mean, it's like I say tomato, you say tomato. And we can't call the whole thing off because it's kind of impossible. But it's kind of funny when the shoe's on the other foot, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, believe me. I mean, these accusations are insane. And no, I'm not looking to make a Crazy Eddie video. Oh my gosh. Well, we have to see what happens. If something that comes out, I'll do a video. If nothing comes out of it, then I'll do a video of that. But as you may have seen the last couple of weeks, we have judges getting arrested. We have more illegals getting arrested, and not recently, a club in Colorado, they busted over 100 people, majority illegal aliens, and then unfortunately some military personnel was in the club too. Some patrons, some working at the club. So, oh yeah, I'm sure they're going to be doing a lot of KP duty in the barracks when they get through with them. It's a nicer way to saying court martial. Well, we'll see what happens with Letitia James. Anyway, this is Al Ken saying so long for now. Don't forget your stop. Just don't do what she does.